obviously you've been a part of launching Market 1 and 2, we're talking about Power 105.1, Real 92.3, each against the biggest heritage hip-hop stations in the country.
Yeah, yeah.
What were some of the bumps and bruises for each city? Because obviously it took you a few morning shows to land on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
It helps if you're in LA and you launch with Big Boy.
Absolutely.
What were some of the bumps and bruises where you kind of had to because again, there's no rules for each city. You got to kind of learn on the fly, I'm sure, for each station that you launch, because you've launched so many.
Power was different in that, I was like 2-3 years into the job, but my team respected me, but I also was the only black person and the only New Yorker that was involved in the equation. So sometimes you just gotta muscle your way in and no, we're gonna do it this way, we're gonna do it that way, because we're all type A personalities. And then once we launched, my mindset was I was gonna bring different people in from different radio stations that I oversaw to put them on the air. Hindsight, that was a mistake.
Okay.
I think it's got to be people from that city.
Yeah.
To make it work, because it's a local,
or at least predominantly.
Predominantly, absolutely.
Right.
It's a local radio station, so it should be people who live and breathe and eat and sound like that city. And I think I made the mistake then, and that's not casting shade on anybody there.
Right.
But I think in the best interest of the radio station, and I think I learned that here in LA, people got to be from here. They got to be able to talk and sound and, and speak the language of the city. Launching with Big was obviously
it's like a cheat code.
A huge advantage for us. We wouldn't have done it if we didn't.
So yeah, I think that people don't understand there would not be a Real 92.3 if iHeart hadn't have nabbed Big Boy. No. It wouldn't have been worth going against him.
No, I didn't think we were going to do it, honestly. I remember when Tom first reached out and said, hey, I think this could be the play. And this was in 2014. I think I had met Big in maybe 2008 when we were considering syndication with him. And I'd come out to LA. And one of the things I knew about him is he was incredibly loyal.
Super loyal guy, great guy.
Incredibly loyal. I'm like, unless they really, really messed up, he's not leaving. And I never forget, it was late December, might have been the first week or two in January 2015. I'm in New York in a meeting with 50 Cent. Get a text on my phone like, yo, we ready to go.
Got it done.
I got to get on the phone. I got to negotiate my new contract with my boss. Did that in 5 minutes. And then,
because at that point in time, you're realizing you're moving to LA. Yeah.
Had to let my lady know. By the way, think we're going to be moving to LA. She's like, let's go. And I had to excuse myself from that meeting with 50. I'm like, yo, I got to get on a plane and go to LA tomorrow. Go find a place to live and get ready to launch a radio station. Then my next call was to Ayo, who I had just made the PD in Miami.
Yeah.
Hey, I know you really, really like Miami.
Oh, he really likes Miami.
It's legendary, right?
Me and him had an all-nighter with Ayo.
Don't ever hang out with Ayo. He'll kill you. I was like, hey, man, why don't you come with me to LA? Let's do this. And he was like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy, man.
No, it's crazy because, like you said, it was a very last, from what I understand, first of all, there was a lawsuit, right? With involving Big leaving, right?
Yeah.
So I remember you telling me hey man, we're in the middle of this legal shit with Big Boy. So if you gotta get out of your deal. Yeah. They have to let you out. We can't I wasn't because I was like, dude, I could just quit and then pop up in LA. Yeah. You're like, no, not this. He's like, this big shit wasn't happening, maybe, but
and Big wasn't the only one. There were a couple people that I had interviewed who I wanted to bring on the team who were working in television.
Right.
And they were of the mindset, oh, yeah, it's a different medium. I can do both.
Right.
And I'd be like, no, you got to get approval. Yeah. No, they're good. I already spoken to them about it. Nah. And just like you, when they went, hell no. Nah, not doing it. And they were blown away. And I'm like, there's nothing we can do about it. But I know for me moving forward, it was never again. Because in some instances, and I know in one deal in particular, I actually said, okay, let's put the deal in front of you, and then you can take it to your boss, as opposed to you getting permission first. And Their boss said, no.
Yeah,
not
I had a
happening.
meeting with some redneck guy from Beasley and Orlando. Love Orlando because he was like, I told him yes.
Yeah.
He's like, but we got to go sit with. I forget that those Beasleys are from like Augusta, Georgia or some shit.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, you're gonna regret this. And I gotta say, you're number one right now.
Yeah.
Can't just let you go. Tired of iHeart poaching our talent.
Yeah.
So it didn't work out, but